Look at what's in front of me, don't focus on the other things. I know that if I'm struggling, that only leads to a tough for me. And I need something that could challenge me, build up all my calluses, push through all their callousness. Becoming reckless, I'm ambitious and I'm restless, yeah. Was an apprentice but possessed a different engine, so I asked a lot of questions and I learned a lot of lessons, yeah. Got different weapons and I worked on my direction, yeah. We gon' hike through the flame, we gon' die with a name. We gon' fight through the pain, we gon' rise up and change. We gon' strive to make gains, cause we don't hide from the blame. We take pride when we train, we gon' rise up and change. We gon' hike through the flame, we gon' die with a name. We gon' fight through the pain, we gon' rise up and change. We gon' strive to make gains, we don't hide from the pain. We take pride when we train, we gon' rise up and change. Cause the more I work, the more I take off. I don't lack direction, I'm never lost. Always on play, never hit pause. And I teach classes on these things. Lessons came through lyrically, but now I think it's time to be professor of the finer things, to guide the next to try and be proactively trying things in the shadows quietly, building their own dynasty. We gon' hike through the flame, we gon' die with a name. We gon' fight through the pain, we gon' rise up and change. We gon' strive to make gains, cause we don't hide from the blame. We take pride.
Hello, all of you beautiful people in the chat. Discord is still muted. One sec. There we go. With me, I have special guest Gold Raven. Thank you so much for the sub, Blaze. Oh, where are my gloves?
Hey. Ooh, sub.
Yo, what is up, Momo? Thank you for the follow. What's up, Nix? What's up, everybody in the chat? I haven't seen you guys since last night. Yeah, I love my little sound effects. 14 months.
Yes. Whoa. 14 months?
It's insane that I've been streaming for that long, eh? Come to think of it, it's actually the Blazes event that got me started on streaming, because my first stream, and I think you were there for my first stream, Gold Raven. You were on call with me. Because I was really nervous. Yeah, I was really nervous, didn't know what to do and all of that. It was for it was for it was for Blaze's birthday. With all when he gave us the 10 when they gave us the 10 gifting fires.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. That's cool.
That's what really started this off. So it's interesting how we kind of come full circle.
Came full circle. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. They got the ooh woo.
Yeah. All right. So we have a lot of people here in the chat. I know you guys are very, eager to hear what we have to say, what Gold Raven has to say, about AQ3D, and I'll ask you to keep your questions in the chat. I will be taking note of some of them. If I do not pick up a question that you've asked, one of the mods will pick it up, I hope, or you can just keep spamming me a question like once every 10 or 15 minutes. I still don't have a pet. Your pet.
What?
Yeah.
Dang.
Alright.
You're gonna need that. We could jump somewhere and then I could just spawn those while we're chatting. If you want to do that.
That'll be cool. Cool.
You want to do that? Yeah?
Yeah, maybe like 10 minutes into it, when we get really deep into discussion, I'll just distract you and be like, yo, you want to go this somewhere and do something? Break your concentration.
Yeah, we could do that. We could spawn them right here, but I'm worried about doing that because of the NPCs.
Did you know with your YouTube video you said 9 p.m. EST? Oh no! Oh no, that was my bad. It's because it's 9 p.m. for me right now.
Oh.
So I made a mistake. Yeah.
On the video, you said 9 p.m.
Yeah, I said 9 p.m. EST instead of 8 p.m. But everybody seems to be here. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
You did say 9. Oh.
Oh no.
Oh,
I
that's funny.
apologize for that. I am sorry. Alright, so the first thing that I want to premise this by saying I reached out to Goldhaven for this because of all of the debate that's been on Twitter, the back and forth since Artix made his post about AQ2D Unity going to be the primary focus of 2023. Now, as soon as he made that post, there were a lot of doomsayers that came out and they were like, AQ3D is gonna go down the hole, and that's it. It's the end of AQ3D, right? The AQ2D is gonna be the new focus, and slowly they're gonna phase out devs and move devs from the 3D team across to Unity and all of that. So we're here to talk a little bit about that, and then some of our expectations, your expectations, and some tangible things that we can approach the devs with. And thank you to Blaze and the other devs for being here to listen to our discussion. So, Goldhaven, my first question to you, because of the little misunderstanding we did have,
Your misunderstanding.
my misunderstanding. I mistook what you said, and man, my heart sank, and I was like real sad. I was like, oh no, not Goldhaven 2, right? So, what do you think is gonna happen to AQ3D now that AQ2D is, well, AQ Worlds Unity is the focus of
Right.
the company?
So I think there's a little bit of confusion when that was stated because, I mean, yes, AQ World Unity is the focus, but AQ3D has its own dedicated team. So development on AQ World Unity wouldn't affect anything AQ3D wise. Same with AQ World. It's not going to affect any updates in that game because it's a whole different team working on it. They do have some of the coders that do stuff for AQ3D that are helping with AQ World Unity, but not to the extent that they can't do anything for AQ3D.
Yeah, and like Nick said, they both run the same engine, so it's not. He said it's not surprising that people are confused.
That's another thing. Because it's running on Unity, a lot of people would be assuming it's, going to be kind of like AQ3D Part 2 or something, which is absolutely not the case. They are completely different games. I don't get the same vibe from basically AQ World Unity is AQ World 2.0, and it is a completely different game, like 180 from what AQ3D is. So AQ World Unity will be identical to AQ World in that sense. It is going to be two vastly different games. So in that sense, I mean, yes, the focus is on there, but that's an AE focus, not the AQ3D team focusing on it, or, so I don't see it affecting it in that sense. But I do understand why, because of the way it was worded. I can understand why people would be
definitely
cautious.
So I have another concern. Like, I have another question coming out of that, and it's what I thought would have been the initial confusion or the initial concern, rather than AQ3D not being the focus anymore and becoming a dead game. What about AQ Worlds? What about AQW in the current AQW? What is the future of that with respect to the advent of AQW Unity?
I don't see that being affected that much. And the reason why I say that is the people that are on it, there's a lot of botters. There's a lot of people that, they don't admit to botting. There's some out there that openly admit it because they don't care. But they use all these different bots for doing half the stuff in the game. They can't do that on AQ World Unity. The function is not going to be there. It's going to be a whole different kettle of fish. So they can't just use the bots they're using for AQ World and expect it to work in AQ World Unity. So those players are going to be sticking with AQ World. They're not going to be porting over because they're not going to want to repeat the grinds all over again. Plus, you're going to have some veterans who also probably won't port over because of everything's going to be brand new. They're going to be like, what? I have to start level 1. I have no ranks in my classes. All my factions are 0. Like, I have to do all that over again. So there's going to be some people that won't even be interested in trying the new version. There's some out there that will, but so I don't see it affecting it that much.
Okay.
Really. It's possible that in years' time they will, but I can kind of use Minecraft for a second. There's 2 different versions of Minecraft. There's the old version, the Java version, and then there's, you know, the new one that it's on all consoles and stuff like that. I still know people that prefer the Java over the new superior version.
That's kind of like the whole RuneScape, the OSRS RuneScape versus RuneScape 3.
There you go. There you
so
go.
There'll be 2 versions of the game.
2 versions of the game. And ironically, OSRS is more popular than RS3 because people prefer it more for some reason. Which, I mean, that could even possibly happen with AQ World Unity. Who knows? Maybe AQ World will remain more popular. Unlikely because AQ World Unity will have a lot more bells and whistles.
cross-platform and, you know, mobile gaming is all the rage these days.
It is. I mean, not to mention you get your WASD movements that you can't do in AQ World.
Yeah, that was my biggest turn off when I went to AQ World. The first thing I tried to do is move my character with WASD, and I could not, and I was like, yeah, I guess I'm not gonna play.
Yeah.
Ayo Maldazar and Nate has a question. Can anybody else join VC? Not yet. I wanna get some points across between Gold Raven and myself first, and then I'll let others come in. The stream started a bit late, so I'll let you guys know when it's good. So that being said, and now that AQ3D is, you know, we've established that, because I'm of the same opinion that AQ3D has its own dev team, and they don't necessarily need to communicate with us as much as they did in the past. But what would be nice is if we had some patch notes, you know, so we know exactly what's going on with every update. But I'll save that for later, my issue with patch notes. So for now, what do you think is the future of AQ3D for this year? What would you like to see, or where do you see the game going, or what does the game need to make a comeback or a turnaround?
One thing that it's already been introduced, which I wanted to check that because I was pretty sure I'd seen on Twitter somebody was saying that it was not working. I just wanted to check myself. So one thing that was it is invalid access. Weird. So currently the new moon, you can't get access to it. It's a bug where you aren't able to get to the new moon. So I know there's been some people trying to get the sets, you know, the Winnie's new sets, the scouts, Taylor scouts, but they can't get access to the moon right now, so it'll get fixed anyways.
Oh yeah. Some people were complaining about that in my server as well.
Right.
Also, that broke with this update.
That would have broke with this update, yeah, because it was working be fine.
Invalid access. There we go.
Invalid access, yeah.
Blaze said
fixed.
Blaze said something in chat. He said, when you talk about patch notes, please talk about the design notes and the difference between patch notes. Okay, I'll make a note of that.
Oh,
yeah, because there is a big distinction between both of them, and I can understand.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, true. Your patch notes is vastly different than Arctic's design notes. Yeah, so one thing that I've noticed, and it's already done wonders. And unfortunately, I can't show you because it was on that map. But on the new moon, they have the new scaling system in place.
Yeah.
And it is so much more satisfying to fight in that place on any level. I tested it with an alt account, a lower level alt account.
Yeah.
And I noticed I wasn't doing as much damage as my level 42.
That was a video
exactly
you posted earlier today, right? Because last night,
well, yes,
last night, we tested it on stream as well. Like I had my alt account right next to my account, and my this account was doing much more damage than the alt account. So definitely scaling works on those on that map in particular. I have no issues with the scaling on that map. The older maps, if that could be like retroactively applied to older maps, that would be good.
Yes. I think that is what the plan is that scaling will be implemented onto all other maps eventually. I think it's manual or something, but it was a lot of fun. And I didn't even know when I first went into that place, I had no idea that was even scaled. No idea at all. I actually, during my video, I was blabbing away about how amazing this was, commenting about how it was a non-scaled zone. And then during my editing,
I saw that was scaled.
Why are the icons green? Yeah. And then I was going, oh crap, is that scaled? Okay, I better take out all the parts where I mentioned it being unscaled because I don't want to sound like a complete moron. So I edited it out, took out all my parts where I mentioned, I love the fact that this is unscaled. I removed those portions. And then I went to my alt account and I actually tested it. I was like, I got to really see if this is. And it was. And I was like, holy cow, this is so amazing. Because I literally had no idea. Like, it was absolutely crazy. So that right there has been a huge change. And if that gets implemented everywhere, it's going to be amazing. The only thing that I think needs to be changed with it is the experience, like the class XP and the XP that you obtain from the mobs, because they're lower levels now, that needs to be boosted.
So they give less XP.
They give less XP. And so I think it needs to be compared to what you would get from a level 42 so that the rewards feel as equally enjoyable as the combat.
I can't imagine how difficult that must be to code like the classes separately from your level XP. So like, especially as we get higher and higher in terms of level, you still have to balance off the class XP with whatever.
Right.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, it would be tricky actually.
Copy paste
lag.
What
about you? What is one of your what are you looking forward to?
I am very much looking forward to some quality of life changes. Like the inclusion of things that like Fiona was here last night on stream, and like patch notes or even design notes like right here in the news tab, so everybody and their uncle would be able to just go down here, scroll, click on news, and it would take them to a page right within their whole menu that they could just read what is the update, what's going on, when things are leaving, and all of that. Because if you're not reading the design notes on the website, because let's say you're on mobile, you have to tap on that and go to the website to read when these things are leaving, right? But if you had that in game, that would make things so much easier.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Actually, instead of having to go out of, yeah, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, that makes sense. That would be possible too. I mean, it's not like that's an impossible task, because definitely some things I've seen some requests from players. I mean, they're not bad suggestions. It's just the suggestions it would require a lot of effort to put, and some of the changes, even though to that player it would be a big overall development wise, is just not feasible.
Yeah.
So I've seen some, but there are other suggestions I've seen where it's like, oh, that would have been so nice, but I don't know if that's possible at this stage of the game.
Like
because it would completely change things.
Yeah, because I've been begging for a mini-map for a while now, and I know it's not possible because I think when Avalon was on the podcast with Helimod and he said that because of the way the maps were built, and I remember, I think it was Bot when we were on the PTR, he said because of the way the maps were built, it's going to be very, very difficult. It's going to take a lot of manpower to...
Oh, I see.
Gold Ribbon
to
wants
actually
me to join
implement that.
Way. There we go. Hey, yo, is that Rabina? Oh, I'm gonna invite you to party one more time because I need to see that load screen again. It is Robina! What? My god. Could you send me a... Oh, you didn't accept party requests.
There we go, that's too funny.
Oh my god, whoever did that. Props to you, man. That is a 10. That's a 10 for me. 10. I'll play AQ3 every day for the rest of my life now. That's a 10.
Oh, wow. All right. You heard it live on stream.
Oh.
Be like, no more operations for you. Because you got to do this every day. Dun, 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 dun.
Exactly. I need to take good care of my leg no more surgeries, doctors, and...
Yeah. I'd given some feedback. I'd seen your tweet regarding the mini map, and I'd said, although it wasn't quite in the same vein, I've seen where people have been talking about how do you get to this map or how do you do this, and I was thinking, well, what if they had the join commands were more easy? I know Artix is against the join commands, but I don't know why. Like, it was more about he wanted immersion, which is fine, but I hate when I keep referring to AQ Worlds, but I have to. It's their other game. So in AQ Worlds, every single map is joinable, unless you don't have access to it because you haven't completed a quest or something like that. But otherwise, every single map is available. And
yeah, with the join command.
With the join command. And I don't understand why we can't do that. Like, I should be able to jump to this map. This is past Battle On. When this map came in, it used to be accessible through a join command, but now it's not. And it's like, why? Why can't it be? It takes 5 seconds to do it. It'd be a whole lot easier for content creators to say, going to be doing an event on this map, use this command.
Exactly.
It takes 5 seconds for them to enter it. Instead of entering this command that would take 5 seconds, we're going to have you go through four menus to get to the map. So here we go. Menus. Go into the main menu, go into adventures, go into this, go into it's longer.
Because it's ridiculous. Like, your travel menu hasn't been updated, but the adventure menu has been updated. You have to go to adventure menus, as you said, wheeled areas, and all of these things now have different areas in them. But the actual travel menu is now redundant. Like, you have to do like 25 clicks to get where you want to go, and the actual travel menu with the actual map behind it doesn't work. If you know, is in the chat as well.
I didn't even realize when you're going into the adventure menu, because I use the adventure menu now most of the time, just because it has more, well, like you said, it's updated. So I find myself going into there more. Either I think something they might have to do is either just completely remove the travel menu if they're going to be only focusing on the adventures menu and have everything run through there. Like, yes, it would be more clicking, but it might be less confusing as well if everybody knows it's right.
Panel has an interesting point. He says if I give you a join command, then join shop, then craft shop, then port to NPC, he says it breaks the immersion and ruins the MMO experience. Well,
that's what Artix says.
But you really have to ask yourself.
AQ World has been doing it for 20 years, and it doesn't ruin the immersion for us.
Exactly. And the other point is AQ3D is largely a mobile MMORPG, right?
Right.
And every single MMORPG on the mobile platform has some form of auto-pathing or immersion breaking, as you call it. So...
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that being said, I do understand what Artix and what Fennel was saying. I do understand. Like, it makes sense because it does technically break the immersion. So I do understand that side. I'm just saying from a player standpoint, we don't like it. Like, we would prefer easy and quick access rather than it makes the game feel more like a game. Like, if you want to go to Yalgur's Inn, we just want to go to Yalgur's Inn. I should just be able to type in join Yalgur's and bam, I'm there.
And
because it's easier.
If the issue is new players not learning or not being able to navigate the game properly, just have an intuitive tutorial in the beginning that says, yo, type XYZ to go to XYZ place. So this is how you do things, right? And that is something AQ3D, in my opinion, is severely lacking. Like that Atlantis update, right? You have to remember, I was not here for 2 months. I came back and I didn't know what to do, right? Because I heard the dungeon was broken, got fixed, or something like that. And then the NPCs were changed around. I had no idea what were the light potions. Nothing. And I was reading my story text as I did it on stream. Nothing told you to go to this NPC to get the light potions to not die to the darkness. So if you're talking about teaching players how to play things, even experienced players like myself are still clueless as to how some updates work. And I'd like to see stuff like that clear up.
Right, okay. More clarity on...
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, with the light potion thing, I didn't know about it actually until one of my guild members had mentioned something to me about it, and I was going, wait, what? I can just go there and buy those? Oh, well, then I'll do that.
Exactly.
It's a lot easier than running through the darkness and, potentially dying. So I just went and bought as many as, bought like 1,000 or whatever it was.
Exactly.
So made it a whole lot easier doing that. But I mean... Yeah, I can understand your point. I talked to a new player. Well, I mean, not super new. He was level 30 something, but he'd only been playing for a couple weeks. And a very nice guy, very chatty. I didn't understand everything he was trying to tell me, but I understood the gist of it, I think. And he gave some suggestions as well, being a beginner, not anything that would actually be relevant to the actual game development, but he didn't have any problems with running through the intro and running through Battle-On and stuff. Getting to Greenguard was no problem, but he kind of lost his bearing after Greenguard and wasn't exactly sure what the next thing was, especially because there were several updates that had popped up. One being the Frostveil thing. And he wasn't really sure how to get to this Frostveil thing, minus the fact that there was an NPC in town. That was the only thing, and he wasn't even aware of these other things involving Frostveil, like a whole new map with a labyrinth and everything. He wasn't even aware of that. Even talking to this NPC, I guess it was more about the shops than it was the map. So I was going, really?
Yeah.
So there was no indication, because to me, I never thought about it in that sense. But he's like, no, there was no indication. So he didn't even know about that until somebody had told him. Or no, I guess he saw an item, the head. What was that? What was that head? The Yetin head. He saw the Yetin head. He asked the player where he got it, and then they told him, and that's how he found out about that map. Otherwise, he didn't know about the map, and I thought, well, I guess that is kind of.
I mean,
hidden, not hidden, but
there's a lot of menus, but at least they do tell you how to navigate your adventure menu and stuff, and the portal. So I guess those things just need to be reiterated at some point, but they do like in AE's defense, they did a good job with that part, at least in the like the new players coming in.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like I said, they're able to get through the first part of the game. It was just for him particularly. It was more the seasonal thing, just because he wasn't exactly sure.
So maybe there could be like a seasonal tab or something in the adventures menu. Like how would they have this? Because I mean, it's from what we've seen, it's easy to adjust from their point of view the adventures menu. So simple things like that, I guess. Maybe just treat all of us like 5-year-olds and it will be good.
Yeah, exactly. There was something I'd noticed in the adventures menu. One thing, it irritates me, but I understand why it's there. I don't like the fact that it is promoted. Is the Nolgath saga? It's like right up on top of the adventures menu. Now,
1 and
I
2.
understand why.
Mhm.
Yes, Saga 1 and 2. I understand why. Obviously that is a draw, but that's not really something that I think should be
Mhm.
drawing people right now, especially in its current state. I've seen a lot of comments from players that are frustrated trying to get through the Celadon Forest, and they're not able to get through certain parts of it.
Let's take a
because it's
look
very
at that
difficult.
area right now and see how many people are actually playing. While I do this, I'll mention patch notes if you're finished with your point. That is.
Yeah. I was just saying, I find it irritating that that's up there. I was like, why is that still up there? It's like it should be promoting, instead of the Nolgath Saga, since it's not new right now, it should be promoting like Frostvale or Friday the 13th.
Yeah, so
or
it should be like rotating.
It should be rotating based on the newest content.
Alcohescent has a point. You have no idea where you are in this giant map that we have here. When you click on it, you don't know where the Celadon Forest is. You don't know where any of these things are. That's fair. But I'm running through here, and I hope to see new players, like people doing stuff, but I'm not seeing anybody. There's nobody here.
No.
Let me type hello. Hello?
I mean, there might be some people, but not very many. When I ran it on my alt account, actually, there was very few people that were actually there. There were a few, but not very many.
Yeah, Nate, you can comment in a minute. I just want to make one point about the patch notes now. Patch notes are different from design notes. Right, design notes are what you write about the update and describe it. Patch notes are the changes that are made to things in the game, like if you change a class or like the values that change. If you change something on a map, if you change the value of a potion, if you change the way a mob interacts, if you change the HP on something, if you change the way something scales, all of these things are things that players should know. Like how the new map utilizes a different scaling system. Things like that would be beneficial knowledge to us, right? And know, like, to explain how scaling works on the newer maps, and in general when things are changed. So if a dungeon is nerfed, if a dungeon is buffed, if things in general are nerfed up or buffed, stuff like that should go in the design notes or the patch notes section. The patch notes section, and not in the design notes. The design notes tell you about the update, like, okay, yes, we have an Atlantis update. Go to this person, talk to this person, that person, and do this, do that, and these are the rewards you get. But the patch notes tell you the specifics, like the type of armors, all of the stat related things, all of the tech related things that players who actually look at these things want to know.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct, Mr. Like.
Yeah.
Hey, Mads.
Hey,
Hello,
hi,
man.
Mads.
Another one was like braving you on about like the player not sort of finding his way sort of hotwood.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it's
yeah.
just like in terms of like making navigation easy in the game, it's just so we've got the arrow right, but then you have some quests like those craftable ones that we've had to do with like the Fiend Hound pet.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's not given to you. You sort of have a like sort of if you know the game well, you'll have an estimate of what it could be. But like if you want players to enjoy it and be able to find it and get the quests sort of done easy instead of having to wait for guides 48 hours after you've released the new content, rather just give the pointer out, like say you're looking for something with a fire element that you have to go to World Tree, you have to kill the fire elementals, stuff like that. It's just make it easier for the players so that they're not waiting on guides, they're not waiting on anything, and they can just play the new content right off the bat.
Right. Although, but at the same time, though, I find those exciting because the community works together to like solve the puzzles. When we were trying to solve that other one, I forget which one it was, but there was a whole bunch of people giving feedback, not just in one Discord, but like there was multiple Discords, and they were like, oh, somebody said over in this Discord server, if you go try this boss here, and they confirm that it drops from this one. It's like, really? Okay, well, the second piece drops over here from this. Like people were working together, like the whole community in game, in Discord, on Twitter. It was it's exciting. So I kind of like the fact that it's not
Don't get me wrong, I
revealed.
do like them,
Mhm.
but like for newer players, it's you wanting them to play out that content
Right.
and making it a scaled content, which everyone
Technically,
has to go through.
that kind of content isn't for new players. Though that's retention content for existing
Older
players.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's true, I guess, because the newer players wouldn't really know, like, well,
And they
what
wouldn't even
map
be
would it
interested in
on,
and stuff like that if it's permanent anyway. So they'll get to it eventually. That's just
Right.
that's just my take on it.
Right. And by the time that they get to it, there's
Mhm.
guides all over the place for them to follow. So
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I just want to answer Blaze's question. He said, should they how far should we go with patch notes? Like, should we tell you boss mechanics, all the HP of everything? No, like if you buff or nerf something, those things we would like to see. So that I know I'm not going crazy. Like that boss had like 10k HP and now it has 7. You know, things like that.
Like
So
Mandible.
like Mandible. No, but they did do patch notes for Mandible when Mandible was nerfed and buffed, and drop rates
No,
would be
I
nice too.
meant-
Yeah.
I wanted it to be like Fainal's idea yesterday to be in game. Like, you know, when we discussed it yesterday, we said we wanted the patch notes to be visible in game because there's people that don't go on Google. There's people
Right.
that don't go on Discord. There's people that don't read emails. So having it in game shows every single player. It pretty much capitalizes on all the players instead.
Like-
So
right. Do you mean like a link to something from or like what?
No, just like
Well,
something you could
in-game
scroll through in game.
like it's how like when you open the game,
Right.
the first thing you see is like news, right?
Where's news?
Okay.
There we go.
Maybe like a window like that. I don't
I
know.
see. Okay. And then it would have
Like
a
if you-
small
Mhm.
If you open the
description in there.
menu, maybe like a section where it's written patch notes. You can click patch notes, it shows you.
Yeah. Or even if you
Right.
can't put it in game, just put a little patch notes section that people who are interested could click, and that's the start.
Oh, you could click on it and then it would take them to the web page with the information.
Yeah, something like that. I guess it works. That's fine. But what I'm trying to say is have it in game so that it's available for every single player. For example, like today, I think block and PvP had a change for skill. So now instead of it being block and you can stand in the same spot, it's block and you can attack for 2 seconds. That's a huge change.
That is
for the skill.
huge. Yeah, me and Blaze dueled, and he was using the block, and it was actually doing something.
Yeah, so that's not announced and not a lot of people know about it. So
Right. Okay. So that's the type of thing you would like to see announced, basically.
definitely,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Patch notes
Right.
gets people excited. Trust me. People like me,
Right.
Yogi, a lot of people get so
Yeah.
excited about it. So
Right. Because then they're going, oh, they changed this. They changed it. Okay. Yeah. I understand. Yeah. I see.
it
what
gives
you
them
mean.
credit at the same time as well. It's like, oh, the devs are working on this. Wow, they're amazing. So
Toxic Bearcat
Okay.
says that if you make the game too easy, it's not going to be a challenge. We're not asking anybody to make the game easy. We're asking them to make it make a little more sense. That's what we're asking.
more
Right.
information.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
A lot of people actually, not a lot, but some people that they were not against the scale change, but they prefer the scaling the way it is now because it provides this extra difficulty. And I was going, what difficulty? Like, where do you see the difficulty? I go up to, I could fight my bird, and it's the difficulty is basically just trying not to die by staying out of its attacks. But doing
Yeah.
that for 20 minutes on the same thing doesn't make it more fun. So it's not about the longevity of the fight. It's about the excitement of the fight. You can even have really short fights if it's intense and if you're feeling satisfied from it. That's
Yeah.
the enjoyment. It's not about the length.
Exactly.
And it doesn't
if you
make it
want,
more difficult. Like if it's a longer fight, doesn't mean it's
Mhm.
more difficult just
And-
because it's taking longer.
if people want a difficult fight, just go to the end game. End game is always supposed to be
Right.
challenging. You don't want to go to a level 5 area and get a challenge out of a level 5 area. You're gonna go to an end game area to
No.
get a challenge out of an end game area.
Exactly. Oh, another thing, I gotta say this. The raid, okay, the new raid. Now there are some people that complain because you can't play it by yourself. They want to be able to play it with you know, they want to run it solo and stuff like that. But I understand because it's a raid, it's meant to be a 10-player experience. Well, something that was done so right in that raid was it is now the #1 best way. Well, I mean, PvP is also a really good way, but to level up for PvE, it's the best way to level up your classes. It is a great source of, and that is exactly the way it should be because it's the newest content. It's what everybody should technically be
playing,
you know, playing. So it makes sense that, and I mean, and it's difficult. So you have a difficult thing giving a generous reward. That is the way it's supposed to be.
It feels like progression to me.
That's exactly. And so you were mentioning earlier about how, like, what do you see in 2023? And I'm thinking, well, the changes I've been seeing in the recent updates have really shone a light on what the potential of AQ3D can be. I mean, the fix with the scaling, even a simple small thing like what Mads was saying with the block. I mean, it's a small thing, right? It's just a small tweak to one skill, one PvP skill, but it makes a huge difference with the overall PvP experience. So it's definitely going in the right direction for sure.
Yeah, AQ3D is never going to be Skyrim. AQ3D is never going to be World of Warcraft. AQ3D has its own little niche. AQ3D has its own style of combat and stuff. So you can't just keep comparing it to different things like that and saying, oh, but this has this, that has that. Because AQ3D in and of itself, when you look at it, is one of the very few cross-platform mobile PC MMORPGs that has no iteration of pay to win. I cannot pay for power in this game. I cannot pay to progress. I think a lot of people forget that sometimes.
They do. Absolutely. That, and it's funny too, because they really push that whole it's not pay to win on the I mean, I've seen it on the Android thing, you know, like this isn't pay to win or this is free. But it really is. Like that statement holds true. It really is.
You know what the other statement holds true? AQ3D is probably, if not the best game for between cross-platform for mobile and PC. Actually,
Yeah.
there's none. I've tried looking. There's none.
I'm about to embark on my whole review process for all MMORPG cross-platform mobile PC, so I'll let you know. But AQ3D does look like the top contender. I'm not biased in any way.
I tried looking. I was actually researching, but there's none. So
Morphe said to ask something about food buffs stacking up to 1 or something.
I've seen that. Yeah, the food buff situation. So for example, right now you have like let's say the gold raven feathers, right? They're dropping.
Yeah.
You cannot use the haste with like a Cinnabon, for example.
Anymore?
Like percentage buffs. The percentage buffs can't be applied with each other.
Oh, right. Because of the changes with the food buffs.
Yeah. And it was due to that bug.
The exploit, yes.
Yeah.
Oh no, yes,
I took full
it's
advantage
true.
of that when that came out.
It's true. I can't. Oh no.
Yeah, and you'll notice.
So you mean I
because
can't
that
stack my
was-
jerky anymore? Oh no. I used to stack both jerkies with the with your gold raven feather
with,
thing.
with the feathers? Yeah, and garnish a nice amount of haste. Even if it was only very temporary, it's still.
What I want to know is, does fish buffs, like fish food buffs, which don't apply percentages, right? They apply.
Let's try.
stats.
I have them now. So let's.
So
Nope.
they work with the
Nope. They don't.
percentage buffs?
Nope. They
don't?
replace it. I just tried. Replaces it.
They
I cried.
might. Okay, I'm not gonna say anything, but I think they should make them both stack up with each other. That makes
Yeah. They need
percentage
to
and
bring
food
them
buffs
back,
thing-
please.
Yeah.
They used to.
They used to, yeah.
Yeah, they used to. But I guess it would be because of the changes with the food, which is probably most likely what happened was that's probably the easiest way to fix the issue. That's probably
The issue,
why.
yeah. That's what it was. I
Yeah,
remember.
because what would happen? I mean, I'm also guilty of it. I've done it a couple of times, not intentionally, But I've run food buffs in while outside of queue. I've been outside of queue with buffs activated, and I got into a PvP match and I had my buffs activated because it pulled me in with the buffs. So
Right, but that
Yeah.
only worked with the. It didn't work with every food type. It only worked with that.
Yeah, percentages.
mhm.
Yeah.
The percentage buffs. So if the buff was like a 5% attack, like a Cinnabon, and the 5%
You're
armor,
like a
it would
Cinnabon.
work then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the whole list of like the percentage buffs, and I had to send them right away as a bug. So
Oh, Dragon's
Okay.
Blood kicks out fish snack buff. Oh no, I think we need separate categories again. Like
Dragon's blood.
you can only have one
Okay.
food. You can.
Right. So the dragons. Yeah. So literally they all replace each other because they're all the same thing.
Yeah, so now
Yeah.
I can't use a food buff while stacking stuff to grind XP.
Right. That's what I used to do. What I would do was I would use, let's say, Tasty Bun for, attack and defense. And then I would use the fish for the extra attack and the XP on top. And then with a
Yeah.
class boost.
Exactly.
So I'd have these 3 things and I would just, every 5 minutes, I would tap that thing to get my food buff going again. But yeah, unfortunately, we can't do that. I like what Blaze wrote earlier. This is from the previous discussion here, when he says you shouldn't have to look anything up. The game should explain
Mhm.
everything in the game, and this is in adjacent to his previous comment about not wanting to have the game open up a tab, so it'd be right in the game.
That'd be
That's
great.
interesting. Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
that would be. Because then everything's right there at your fingertips, makes it, a lot easier. So I can,
Yeah,
would definitely be
especially
on
if
board for
bug
that.
reporting kept you inside the game, that would be great.
Mhm.
But I digress.
somebody
asked
bug
for
report. No. Yeah.
somebody asked for a summon code. My summon code is CAF41. And can we have a shout out for CC who has been plugging the stream in game chat constantly?
I got the cinder. I
Nice.
finally got the cinder.
Alright, so I think we've ranted enough for now. What about future things that are within tangible reach for AQ3D? What do you
Something
guys in
new?
chat want to see? What do you guys in VC want to see? What do you want to see, Gold
I'm
Raven?
excited for the end
Oh,
of the Nulgas saga.
Also,
Quite honest.
before we do that
This is
review, Ace or Mads, could you pull Kiba in? He asked to join the VC.
Kiba,
sure.
the barber. I killed him earlier.
Nice.
Excuse-
And Helimod. I killed him and Helimod earlier.
Oh, Mads said he's gonna have a CC, a content creator, AQ3 content creator, PvP tournament.
Yeah,
I'm
don't
gonna
worry. Hold on to your horses. You cannot start yet.
Gold Raven, I challenge you.
That sounds stupid though. Why would anybody want to see me kill every other content creator? I mean, come on.
Wow, you heard that,
excuse
leg?
me?
He's taking shots at you, man.
Excuse me? My
Come on,
berserker,
guys.
I can out berserk
Hey,
your
I killed
berserker.
Blaze once.
Hype it up more. We can have devs in the tournament too.
Yeah, then I can kill Blaze again. Dun dun dun.
He's really good at using samurai, though. I doubt you'll kill him.
Oh yeah, I could.
No, man. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's been
Now,
nerfed, so
Oh,
Wait,
that as
did-
well. That,
Did the
that
nerf
was
go
not
live?
mentioned.
Did the nerf go live, or is it still on PTR only?
Only for Zephyr Strike. That's about it. Zephyr Strike now deals 50% less damage, so
yeah.
There you
And the auto attack was reduced a little bit. Didn't matter anyways. The auto attack did nothing.
yeah.
So, but yeah, and that was
see.
the main attack that I used. Unfortunately, was a Zephyr, and now I
Who
can't.
highlighted a message? I can't see that one.
I think there was
Wait.
something
special-
else done with it too, but I forgot what.
Kiba, can you talk now? Can you try to unmute yourself and talk? See if it works? Because I did give you the special guest role.
Ooh, special guest.
Oh, yeah, he needs guest star, not
Push to
special
talk.
guest.
Nope,
So
can't.
push to talk.
Still can't hear you.
He's still talking. He's
I'm
unmuted.
gonna push to talk.
It's special guest.
No,
lag.
it's,
We
ge-
fixed-
it's guest stars. I just gave him the proper role.
No.
No.
We'll listen to him. Noobs.
what?
Oh, now you want to talk about the other thing with the tiny bot the other day, huh?
Like, no, we don't bring up the other thing here. We don't bring up the other thing here. Okay.
All right, fine.
So I've been playing AdventureQuest 3D with a new player that I invited to AdventureQuest 3D. I've been studying them. They've been in voice chat with me constantly, and been telling me what they think about it and about the scaling, the leveling, and how it feels. From a new perspective, they never played an AE game before.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And they do enjoy the story, and they were not much factored into the scaling of the game. I know they don't. So far, they went to Alosia normally. They've been doing the main story, how the main story goes on the travel in the adventure menu.
Were they using the adventure menu?
Yes.
Oh.
And they asked me, where should I go here? Oh, you might be one of the. I told them, go to the Island of the Dead, maybe, and do that place. And soon we'll be going to grinding sands. We'll be heading off to Sand Sea soon. We got Alosia finished, all the way finished, and we are all together, all set up. We will be farming Wolfwing, Werewolf Arena, or Noxus, their flavor of choice. Soon. So we're level 31, and we've been grinding levels in the Sea Ogre dungeon. Because if you know what you do, it's pretty much you can go there and instantly kill it and go fast if you got the glow potion.
Right. Yeah.
Hmm.
So they're enjoying it then.
They're enjoying it, and we pretty much just, and in between, we're just doing side places, get the level up in the side areas, then do back to the main story.
Okay.
Okay, so
And we have go on.
no, I was gonna ask what that was, what exactly that was tying back into.
I think our old topic when we were talking about changes, the early changes.
Ah, okay.
I'd mentioned that new player that I had run into.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's kind of a par off of that.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
that's good though. That's good that there's you get another
Problem
player.
is, during this whole thing, he hit one zone out of all AdventureQuest 3D so far.
Oh,
Guess what it was?
What?
Bone Cliff and Skull Bridge.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it.
Even Doomwood beforehand, everything else. He just didn't like that, even if it wasn't scaled. If it wasn't, he just still didn't hate it because of the killing the skeletons, gargoyles.
okay. Yeah, actually, on my alt, I had gone through that section and I found those particular maps very repetitive.
So yeah,
on the same things. It was either the gargoyles or the skeletons, and it was just this vicious cycle between the two of them. The quest changed. I mean, it was like get an arm from the skeleton. Now go get a shovel from the gargoyle.
Just like the Frostfall update. The Frostfall update this year was the exact same as that. You kill the same mob 25 times in a row, 25 times, and then kill this one 25 times in a row. Then kill this one 25 times in a row. Then go back and kill that first mob 25 more times. Yeah. So
I really loved that update though, largely because of the map. I don't know why, but the map had this like old school vibe.
Yeah, it was nice.
It reminded me of the past Battle On days. Like those were the type of maps that we were getting, when past Battle On was coming out. So that's why I had that. It kind of gave me a nostalgic old school AQ3D vibe with it. So because of that, it really left a soft spot in my heart.
Mm-hmm. So I never got to talk to Spatula Lady a bunch of times.
Spatula Lady.
I can't remember her name. I just know she had a spatula.
So that's how you. Okay, good to know.
Yeah. And
hey Zuko, everybody in chat, welcome to the stream. With me I have guest Gold Raven, and we have in voice chat we have a muted Mads, we have a muted Nate, and we have Iba the Barbarian as well.
Muted? You muted them? Evil.
I didn't mute them, they muted themselves.
Just muted so that you guys could continue your discussion.
Oh,
Mads is
Or
muted because he
drinking
went to make food. Because food is important.
food.
It is.
Yeah. All right. So
Up
I
the
think
wings 4 times over. Gold Raven, what is
Nice.
your drop rates?
let me go over chat because some people said I've been missing
Low.
things that they've said.
Aculescent actually said when are guilds going to be getting more love? Guild cap increase, last online feature in offer chat. Out of those suggestions, the top priority for me, at least for my guild, would be last online.
Yes.
To see your active members and to see whether or not they should qualify to stay in your guild
Yeah.
or not. To me, that would be a huge before a cap, before a guild cap, I would say that would need to be a
Yeah.
priority.
Because if you're wanting an active guild, you want to see who's playing sort of more regularly, who's
Right, exactly. Because if they're not on in the last 2 months, why are they in
who's
your
keeping active
guild?
with the game. Like, it's fine if players return, but then
Hey yo, thank you for the
if you
gifted
want to
subs.
try to keep an active guild that's doing the most, or
Right.
being able to do these guild events or whatever, that is
Yeah.
key. That is key in
is.
having live events. It's key in a lot of aspects, actually.
Right. Exactly. Like I have 2 guilds, one of which is you are allowed to be more inactive, but in my main guild you need to be more active because we have a lot of people that want to join. So it's like, you kind of have to earn your spot. So it would be really nice if they had that last online feature because then we could really see, like be like, okay, well that guy hasn't even logged in since last March, so he's out. And we have no way of knowing because of the time zones and stuff.
I mean, the
we
only way
don't be
to
like,
tell at the moment is level cap. Like, if someone's like level 37 or whatever, or level 35 or whatever, then that's the only way I'm telling at the moment.
That's okay.
Yeah, and we capped it out at for our main guild it was level 39. So anything below that was like, hey guys, you have literally 2 weeks to get to level 39. If you don't get there,
That is legit easier to get to 49.
well,
we're
we
level
gave them
41,
2
it
weeks
was
thinking
lasting
that was a
5
lot.
days.
Yeah,
Well,
because it's
Goldraven,
plenty
I
of time.
have an easy solution for you. Just kick them from your guild and send them to mine.
Michael.
Okay.
Instead of
Hey,
flag,
yeah.
all over.
Mike will send whoever he doesn't want to you. I got the cape
Yeah.
again.
Nice.
Oh, you're a hacker.
So, yeah, but
I've
no,
got the wings 4
guilds
times
need-
during the course of the day.
guilds need some love, definitely. Because if you look
Yeah,
at it,
for sure.
guilds are the first form of community that people are exposed to. You join a guild, and people inside there become your family. And guilds that are empowered to host events and stuff keep people playing the game. So Akalescent is onto something when he says, "Give guilds some love."
Oh, for
Like,
sure.
Since I'm a guild leader, I like to actually try to be the best in my guild.
Hey yo, a
Trying
hype
to
train is
actually
close.
carry my guild, and I always think of that as if you're a guild leader, you want to be able to carry your team.
Welcome to the stream, Helly. And thank you
Right.
for the
Wow,
gifted subs,
hype
Mia.
stream.
Thank you.
That's
A
awesome.
hype train is close. Yes,
Nice.
sub, gift, or use bits now to start a hype train. Will we get a hype train tonight? We'll find out.
Ooh,
Also, thank you
Hype
to
trains
Jinx
are
for the subs.
get
And
the hype train.
And
Yeah.
Twitch is changing some stuff up with
I'm
ads and
just
all that.
looking
though.
for Morphe's last message because he posted something and highlighted it too, and it just that was going so fast that it went away so quickly. I didn't get
Oh,
to
it
see
disappeared. Oh no.
I hate that. I let
Yeah.
you fish. I wish the moderator could pin a message. Or put
Ah,
a
he said
message
he sent it on Discord because I'm a lost cause.
Wow.
What a champ.
Another thing with guilds is having, like, with the friends list, actively knowing where people are.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, guilds is like where you log on is where you're gonna stay.
Oh, the last.
Yeah,
right.
last scene, like last place you've been. Because it'd be great to know where
Holy
your guildies
hell.
are. So, oh, if somebody's grinding something, I can quickly just hop on and join them instead of like teleporting to them. And then
Jeez, thank you for
say
the
they're
bits
not
and
in the
subs.
area that you think they are.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Oh my goodness, Blaze.
Jeez. Thank you so much.
Dang.
Thank you so much for the gifted
Thank you,
subs.
Blaze.
And thank you so much for the
guys are
bits.
awesome.
Hype train
Blaze,
achieved.
you're awesome. Nice.
All right.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
What?
I like strings.
Yes, lag-like strains. What Morphe was asking
Yeah.
was about side content and if side content will get patched, like things like the Caldera and stuff.
Hype train. Okay, sorry, what?
No, I said Morphe was asking about things like the Caldera and other things if they'll get fixed.
Wait, what's wrong with?
I'm not sure what's currently wrong with Caldera. I know it was fixed. He was asking about drop rates and stuff. Jeez, thank you Mia for the subs. Man, you guys are amazing. I get some lovely chat for
wow.
everybody that's donating bits, donating subs, just doing everything, and then get some lovely chat for everybody that's here. And then give some extra love for Goldraven for clearing his schedule to be here on my stream, and for all the other
Okay.
wonderful
Goldraven's
people
always
on voice
busy.
chat.
Yeah, my pleasure. I am
Yes.
glad to be here and spawning some birds. Are you getting any birds there, Lag, or no?
Sometimes I have the attention span of a squirrel on the illegal white substance.
I'm just getting consumable.
Let's talk about that.
I'm getting consumable feathers.
Consumable feathers, yeah. I got one cape so far.
Same
Just
here.
one.
One cape. I've had 6 wings.
Go Raven.
Okay, you need to leave right now because you are stealing all the RNG.
Oh,
That's
geez.
what's
geez.
going.
Pet more
Okay.
people care about.
My RNG, I think my RNG is terrible today because I went to
Yeah.
the cave, woke up last morning, had the
Mhm.
cape from the dungeon. Then my guild member that's like level 30 something run it, and he got the cape.
That's
So-
nuts. You know what though? The best RNG I've ever seen in my life was when on my Hollow Raven account I had spawned a
Oh.
bird because I had an
RNG.
event and I was on 2 different same server. I was on 2 different instances in
Yeah, well,
in the hero. Yeah. And
Mhm.
so it's difficult because I'm having to like, okay, click on there,
On your
click on there.
phone.
And so it's a bit difficult to kind of micromanage both, but I was able to do it.
Mhm.
And on my Hollow Raven account, after like the 5th kill, and I wasn't really picking up the loot on his account, but I decided, I might as well just check the loot. And the bird was there, the travel
Oh,
form.
jeez.
I was like,
oh,
what?
Oh,
and I had
don't you know
never
alts
used
have
that
all the
account.
luck?
What?
Alts have all the luck. Alts have all the luck.
You're telling me. I was like, holy cow! Like I don't even have that on my main account. I mean, I have the bird, but I never got it as a drop. I've never gotten the pet or the travel form on my main account from a drop yet.
Oh, Ivory
it's
wants to
like-
get in. She can't get in.
Can't.
Oh no, it's full.
Ah,
Yeah, these maps fill up so quickly.
they
Talk
do.
about RNG. The best RNG ever got, and people hate it for me to getting it, was I got the Broken Dragon sword in the first kill of the dragon I did, and I didn't even know about the sword.
Oh, jeez, that's insane. Well, lucky for you, they made it craftable now.
Yeah, I don't got a first prize, so I don't care. It's like
Um,
I learned.
getting back onto what we were talking about earlier. What do you think can make AQ3D feel alive again? What do you think can make AQ3D appeal to all the players that all the endgame players that got tired and are just waiting for that one thing to spark their interest to come back? What do you think we can do for the future of AQ3D?
It's difficult because we got MMO fever. It's a term where in game MMO you got nothing to do. Mostly, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Right. I think one thing that keeps people coming back, besides the community, is progression.
Mm-hmm.
So you had elements that were driving people away, one of which was scaling, but this is already being addressed. Like already there's a step in place to completely change that. So
Mm-hmm.
that's going to bring those players back. So that's already a plus in that category. Another one that is, I mean, I don't know about currently, but I know it has driven people away, is when they've had some really bad bug issues.
Like
Or-
Winter
or
Grass this
persistent.
dungeon.
Right. So if they
You know
have
what I'm talking about.
persistent issues where it's taking a while to fix because either they can't find the bugs, they don't know
Mm.
what's causing the bug or stuff, which is understandable. I mean, that's typical for any
Party
development
time.
thing. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that was a party blaze.
Oh geez, Ace's party blaze. I see.
And somebody
Ace.
can't. And somebody. Thank you, Ace. And somebody can't see it now. The fetch that.
Also, since
Happy to-
Helimod is here, do you guys want to invite him to the VC so he can have his take?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Yeah, definitely.
Ace, could you give Heli the guest star role back so he can join the VC if he so chooses?
There's
So
a
another
blaze
thing-
here. Yeah, it's actually a blaze.
Oh wow, it is.
Is that a baddest? Oh, the baddest.
Yeah,
Yay.
Does this one drop the live event coin?
I think so.
Yes. It's the baddest that
Spin to
drops
win,
it.
everybody. Spin to win. Spin to win.
Spin to win. I have been waiting to
To get a
get
picture.
that.
I haven't
Oh.
really kept up with anything at the moment.
Yeah, wherever they did Red with Red Dragon, I think.
Man, this is so much more generous than when I spawned mine.
Yeah,
I'm
people
maxed
seeing
out on
go
these
left and
things.
right.
Yeah, during my live stream, they were silencing it. It wasn't their fault. I mean, I don't blame anybody for it, but it was like,
Must have-
no.
The broken record
then
of
it
hate
was-
coming in? What broken record?
Broken record. Are you repeating yourself, Lag?
I don't know, I'm confused.
Yeah, so another thing I was going to say, one thing that I know people like, because it keeps them coming back, is progression. This is a big thing that
Mhm.
AQ3D
Lots of stuff.
currently lacks, is a lot of progression. Not saying there's not progression, because there is. I mean, you've got the class levels, you've got, there are ranking systems, but I don't think there's enough
really?
ranking systems. There needs to be more. Did I get any? Duh, I didn't.
A lot of classic XP potions.
You got some class. I didn't get any this time.
I got one.
Do. You got one. Okay, I got one earlier, so that's kind of nice. But
Also-
I really like this.
Also,
whole
speaking
thing.
of,
Sorry.
no, I didn't mean to cut you off. Blaze said something, they didn't want to kill the hype today. But whenever there are like patches and servers go down for any sort of time, I know it is extremely bold of me to ask this, but other games do it. What about compensation rewards for maintenance? To all accounts.
I mean, does Final Fantasy 14 do that?
I mean, like, it doesn't have to be DC. It could be gold. It could be a couple items, just something.
I mean, Gold Raven paid $1 million for a piece of newspaper. 10 million.
10
I mean,
million.
compensation for the amount of maintenance that we've had, like, the servers keep going down and up and down and up. I mean, compensation rewards.
I
We
mean,
go all the way.
compensation wars, or maybe shells, or maybe.
Yeah.
Something
My
like-
summon code is Cat41 for those of you who
Well,
wanted to get
except
into
that
this
shells
instance.
wouldn't benefit everybody.
They will later on.
Right.
Like my buddy, he was like level 31. He wanted to do the raids and all, but he couldn't do the challenge. I think until like 32, I told him it's not worth doing a challenge yet because you can't even put the gear on.
Oh, because he
But
wasn't
the-
the recommended.
The level for it is like, for the gear is like 40, but
Oh
he can
my.
hop in there around 32.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him, let's just run Sea Ogre. We can do it fast. And you get some levels that way. And
Okay.
we get
Okay,
Sunken
okay.
Shells. Sunken Shells is a pain in the butt to get.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's not that's not the kind of compensation I was talking about. I was talking about the compensation for every time your servers go down, stuff that would go to all players' accounts. The thing with that is you wouldn't even really know if we added a bunch of gold because 80% of players would notice, or they would notice and not know. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you can just put them in the
I
patch
mean,
notes every time you take the server down and
or-
do something and put them back up. Yeah, because
Right.
we're not talking
Oh.
about Red Dragon sword kind of compensation. That was hell. Like, people thought it was gonna go perma-rare, and I was one of them that thought it was gonna go perma-rare, and I farmed that sword. I farmed 3 of them, and then
Oh.
bam, the day the dragon left, craft shop.
Yeah. And then it appears. I was like, really? I can still get it? Okay, because I didn't want to spend 10 hours farming for it. So I'll just get it from the craft shop later on whenever I feel like it. And then a year later, I got it.
Hey, Helly.
So I can understand that was kind of a blow. But I think Blaze makes a good point when he says most people wouldn't even notice the compensation.
Yeah, I'd say
it makes sense.
Maybe just a center soldier chest, maybe, or
yeah, possibly. Hey, Helly,
chest more than gold.
I mean, even if it's like a live event coin or something, like
No, that would be asking too much.
yeah.
Yeah, now they have a lot of value.
No. What I'm saying is, it's just something like that anyone, generally speaking, can use. Something like that.
Because,
right.
Because gold, nobody will recognize it unless it's in the millions or something like that.
Yeah. It's like, oh wow, I got 100,000 gold. I could do that in literally.
I only have 5 million gold. I need more gold.
Quest.
Yeah.
He says it's something they've talked about, but it's just not. It's too early to talk about it. And Helly, you're no longer suppressed. I gave you the correct role. It's guest star, not special guest. I know my rules on my server are confusing. Hey Uzi, welcome to the stream. Also, hi Mia.
That's funny. Mia.
Is Ivory in the chat still?
Mia's in the chat. Hi Mia. Need to take away guest star. I'm still suppressed. What? You're suppressed? I thought you live in the States. That's horrible.
Jeez.
Land of the free, indeed.
Is
off-topic feature fix?
There you go. Try now, Helly.
Oh, AQ3D actually has a point. I've multiple times I've been confused and thought, because it is the exact same green from the summoned spawns, like the Necro, as it is for the guild members, and multiple times I've been like, oh, there's a guild. Oh, that's a summon.
There we go.
So I can understand right now. I got one right beside me. It's like, that's not my summon. I didn't summon a sacred
welcome
faith.
to stream, Locroll.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back, Mads. We need a lag drop. Spawn huge cats. I actually was supposed to follow up with Artix on a content creator thingy that we spoke about before I went for my surgery on one of the live streams. Just like a content creator package for content creators recognized by a not exactly in a partnership, but content creators have been recognized that have done their dues to be able to spawn for them in their communities, that they have an infinite spawn, not like your bird or anything that goes in depth, anything that can tie it back to them and themselves, but something generic that everybody can have. I can have one.
That'd be nice, because it's still a reward. Like, it's still something that you're able to give to the community, to the people who are supporting you and stuff. So that's nice.
Yeah, he's been so busy with AQ3D that I haven't been able to follow up with him much on it.
Okay.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why do we have AKW streamers in here? Are they not allowed? I thought it was only AQ3D segment.
Oh, that's a low blow, man. No, I invited Helimod.
He did a blow at you in Twitter. And I was laughing so hard at it.
Yeah, no, we got past that. Yeah, I was big angry.
Oh, you guys are friends now?
Yeah, I was big angry.
All right, guys, just for context, that was just a joke, all right? For anyone jumps in, it's just a joke.
And they're all like, hey, whoa. That's funny.
But a good progression name to get people back might be like ranking system for...
Is he still muted?
Like different...
No.
Oh, okay,
like
nice.
different factions, like for the werewolf, vampires, the water elves, and stuff like that. People do like that, like, even if it's a simple ranking system.
Oh yeah,
a favor,
absolutely.
Like a king's favor or something like that, or a ranking system, and
Yeah, I love ranking system. I've ranked every single thing in this game that I can, minus the live event coin thingies because I ran out.
I've been doing that. I had a max stack. Then you increase the live event coin stacks.
Orange here.
Wait, how many
when?
do you have?
I'm like rank 8 or something like that. The live event coin.
Really?
right now,
Oh,
so-
okay.
Why?
Okay, yeah,
why
I'm
are
like
like?
fine
I
with-
have a question. Why are live event ranks a thing? You guys not want everything from the live event shop? What is
I got
wrong with
most
you?
of the
No.
stuff that I want.
Have
I
you
got
been-
what I needed. I got that blaze head. I
And I
got
got the Oni mask.
Yeah, but what if they add something for like 200 coins and then you
well,
like,
then
oh
I'm
no.
screwed.
Exactly.
Then-
Don't
then-
waste your coins on ranks, guys.
Yeah, you need to. The ranks. It's progression. You
Or
Oh
need to.
kind
my
of pick,
God.
or we kind of pick
God.
up more coins.
Do you want to be a noob?
Yes.
Get out of my stream.
Wait.
Oh,
Go Ray, we're not streaming. Oh wait, Go Ray, drink some
He was
water.
like, wait a minute. What are you
Wait.
talking about? Did Heli get in here yet or not
yeah,
yet?
he is. He just hasn't had a
now
chance to speak.
later You realize this.
So Heli, you have the floor now. Give us your opinion on what you think can save AQ3D.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Not
That is
all at
insightful.
once.
I gotta agree with Heli on that.
Hmm.
Indeed, I would also say, and I think that would also save AQ3D. So, do you agree?
Oh jeez. What is? I thought I was the savage one here. You guys are more chill. Oh my god.
I mean, Go Raven hosts his people to fight each other in the arena, and I help them
Ew.
out.
Yeah, that's all Kiba's fault actually. So I'm not the savage one. It's Kiba. Not to mention he killed Blaze earlier today. So,
Actually, no,
Why?
you did it on camera,
but you told me to. So that's
and he actually didn't kill me on live stream.
well, not on live stream. It was after the live stream. Remember?
Nope.
You don't remember? Oh, right. Because I hit you so hard that you actually forgot it. I knocked it out of your head. So
Nice.
that's why. Apologies for that.
Okay. Well, from the chat.
If
Would...
I had to,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Seth. Go ahead. Sorry.
if I had to choose something,
Mm-hmm.
it would probably be along the lines of. Wait, no, I can't say that. Or I will sound like a broken record.
Oh,
Ah,
somebody was
All right,
accusing Mike of that
it's
earlier.
pretty simple. Like, there's no sense of progression, and I, a level 38, am able to clear level 40 content without any worry of anything really. So either I haven't tried the new fix yet, so I'm gonna have to see how that feels.
Oh, you
But
can't. It's currently
realistically-
broken.
Yeah, it's currently broken now, but
Oh,
yeah,
it's
no,
broken.
it's yeah, definitely
Yeah,
give that a go.
when Red Dragon fixed the update, fixed the lag, he broke the spaceship.
Amazing,
Yeah.
guys.
Every-
Fix bricks.
Why does
Because
every fix
I-
break
I-
something else? Oh no.
I legit know the pain. I work on mod packs and all for Minecraft, and I get it. You fix one thing and 20 other bugs pop up.
I
Yep.
feel bad for them, honestly.
Oh,
this point.
it's got to be so frustrating because the
Right.
minute one thing is fixed, it's like, yeah, we got it working. Yes, it's like
Where-
Christmas lights. If you've ever had old Christmas lights,
Yeah.
you fix one bulb and then another one goes out, and you're like, you're kidding me.
And if the right bulb
What-
goes up, the whole thing goes up.
What they would say in my country?
Come on.
What they would say in my country is that AE or AQ3D team needs a bush path, right, to take away all of the bad juju.
Oh,
Yeah, these are,
interesting.
yeah. You go and you get all of those. Yeah, just get all of those bad spirits away.
Ah.
And I'm not
Clean
superstitious.
house.
Yeah.
Clean house a little bit. Oh, what's going on here? I got a message.
7 wings.
Also, it is 9:30 for you, Goldraven.
It is.
What?
Yeah.
If
All
I
right.
could-
5 minutes.
wait.
5 minutes, and then I'll.
So I inspected Blaze's invisible weapon. He had.
Oh, son of a gun! I never thought about doing that.
You want me to see what it said?
Yes.
What does it say?
There you go.
It's a dev only too. But he said if I defeat him in a duel, that I get it. Okay, he didn't say that, but that'd be awesome.
Nice. Also, one of the things that I forgot to mention earlier when I was saying AQ3D is the only thing that does XYZ. AQ3D is one of the few games that has a green screen caters to players making their own content.
Really?
Yeah. We have a green screen, we have a blue screen. You don't get that on other games.
Oh, that's true. Hides your weapon, but will it trigger metal detectors at the airport?
Just like my legs. I mean, what?
It's like my head.
It's like you're like.
I like my shoulder.
Yeah, if they're not able to remove scaling, which I don't think is a huge
No,
possibility.
you need to try the new scaling when they bring it back. You need to try it because we tested it on stream last night, and it was beautiful. Like it didn't feel like scaling. And for me to say that about scaling is
exactly.
It's blasphemous. I know.
Scaling has been a thorn in the community side for a really long time. So when the fix, they're talking about the fix coming through, I'm going, a fix, just get rid of it. We don't need it. Why do you need to fix it? It's broken. Just throw it in the trash. And then when I tried it, and of course, at the time, I had no idea. That's how good it is, though. That's how good it is that when I first played it, I had no idea it was a scaled zone. It literally felt like it wasn't scaled until I realized, wait a minute, these numbers are green. That ain't right.
No, that games were easier.
It is definitely, don't knock it until you try it.
I can give my feedback as well regarding that. I think it's pretty good. I've tested it with lag, and it does work.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Okay.
Well, oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say the other thing. I think that if they somehow repurposed old content into making it feel fresh again and adding a little bit of replayability, I think that could be pretty cool as well.
But the question is, who are they repurposing the old content for?
I would hope endgame players. I would hope so, but honestly, who knows?
Yeah.
I honestly still want to see a battle pass in AQ3D, even though everybody's against it. So.
Oh my goodness! You know what's so funny? I pitched that idea the year this game came out.
Really?
Yeah.
AQ3D Battle Pass for PvP. That's gonna be fire, guys! I can't wait to see.
Well, it was like if you played through it I think it was supposed to be every 3 months would be this new. So it would be completely detached from XP or class. Like none of those rank it up. It's literally just from you fighting monsters in the game or possibly PvP. Back then PvP didn't exist, so it was more or less just completing quests would give you a certain amount of points. Killing monsters would give you a certain amount of points, and this would be completely detached from any experience or any rank in the game. It'd be its own thing that would slowly go up over the 3 months, unlocking different tiers along the way. And if you make it to the end of the tier, good for you. If you don't, well, you got some free stuff from it anyways. And then
exactly.
The next 3 months, it's a whole new system. That was something I pitched way back, first year. I was thinking this would be really neat because then you've got this continuous progression in the game. That's what keeps me going back to Fortnite.
Every single time,
new battle passes, and I get the battle passes for free. So I just keep.
Every single time I bring up, let's have a battle pass. My stream kills me, says no. My entire Discord community smacks me in the face and no lag, no. My Twitter community is like no. I'm like, I want a battle pass though.
It's because there's some games that do the concept of battle pass wrongly, like Destiny.
Yes.
Hey, go ahead, sir.
There's some games that did the battle pass wrong, and people think hopefully that doesn't factor. If they ever add a battle pass, don't worry about that. Will happen.
They need to do it properly. If they had a battle pass, it needs to be done properly. I'm not going to argue against that. Which is why I haven't started a Twitter poll saying, "Do we need a battle pass?" Because if that comes back as positive and yes, and we do get a battle pass and it breaks the game, people are going to blame me for it, and I don't want that on my conscience.
Well, I mean, something that would actually satisfy would be this lack of progression, because then you have this progression in there that could technically maybe not solve the problem, but it would certainly help in any sense, you know, like
So-
it would definitely help. The problem with it is I see it requiring a lot of effort.
Blaze
to
has
do
an interesting
something.
question. If we
Oh.
had a battle pass, a free and a paid
Right.
version, instead of collections, would we be willing to have something like that? But the thing is, a lot of AQ3 players sometimes just log in to get the collections and the collections alone. So having to have them play through something that requires them to play content to unlock things may not be for everybody's interest. People like us and the no-lifers would be fine with it. So maybe you can do like a hybrid. Do some events as battle pass in addition to having the regular collections. Like the standalone collections, fine, but do like battle passes alongside the standalone collections with the items that haven't yet been released.
Why
Right.
not have? Why not? Okay, here's my idea, which I think probably would be balanced in between. I don't know if everyone will like it, but I think battle passes should give live event coins because there has been a decrease. There has been a huge.
Is
Well,
Let me say it from the people's side because there has been a decrease in a lot of the events. I did not see the Blaze event yet. Well, today it was giving live event coins, but
I remember
Right.
when
saying,
live
but,
event coins was very plentiful back around 2001 and 2020.
but here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm not saying it should only give that. I'm saying it should give other stuff. Don't get me wrong, but I
Right.
don't want it to be like fully cosmetics, right?
okay,
Right,
that's
You
fine.
right.
get- you
Not
get my
just-
point.
so you want
See,
like other perks?
Mads, Blaze says that's literally
Yeah.
what the Horn of Hype is for.
What?
That's literally right.
You
Exactly.
get live coins. You have a chance of getting a
Oh,
live
I
event
didn't
code
realize
from
that.
the.
I just hopped on today too late, and yeah. it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
farming.
Lucky you hopped
So-
on late today so people can silence your.
See, something with the there's always a free version, you know, or free tiers, I should say. Let's say if there was, let's say if there was 30 tiers, okay,
Yeah.
30 tiers in this
Yeah.
thing,
Mhm.
and out of those 30 tiers, only 7 of those would be free. The rest of them would all be you would have to purchase the battle pass, or they could do something like that. So free players still get something for doing it. They don't have to work at doing the battle pass. It's just going to be slowly unlocking while they're playing through the game normally. So it's just like
And
extra stuff they're getting. But then you would have people like us who play the game, you know, a lot more, who would want to grind out that battle pass. You know, there'd be those of us who would grind it out and probably get it finished within the month instead of the 3-month or however long
Yeah.
it was,
Yeah.
something like that. They could even introduce, maybe not instead of collections, but they could have some kind of like just purchase
Trove.
all,
Hmm.
you know, get all tiers right now.
if okay, here's the thing with a battle pass. If they ever integrate a battle pass and somebody puts money onto it, they gotta have a way so if people next time somebody doesn't hop on or they're busy or they're not getting their value of the battle pass.
No, that means they're a
So-
casual player. If you buy a battle pass in any game and you don't complete your battle pass, you lose your money. I don't think
heck
AQ3D I don't think
I
AQ3D
did that
should
in
have any
the
sort of
old Call of
compensation
Duty.
for it.
No, in Warzone, I bought the battle pass for one of the last battle passes on that game I bought, and I didn't really play the game. I only got to rank 30 out of 100 and wasted my Call of Duty coins. I was going, oh man, that sucks. And then now I play
So-
Warzone 2, so it doesn't matter. But
You know,
still, I wasted all my money on, well, not all
What?
my money, but you know, I wasted my coins on that battle pass because I didn't even barely play the game.
Yeah.
So there's no compensation for that. So they would purchase the battle pass,
Hmm.
and if they don't finish the battle pass by the end of the 3 months, that's on them.
what about
So-
how Halo does it, where you buy the battle pass? It does go rare eventually, but if you bought it, you can continue progressing it the whole time.
Oh.
Oh,
Whoa, I forgot.
That's big brain.
they have the
That
20th
is big brain.
anniversary event. So if you pick up the Trove quest, you're still able to do it even if when it
Yeah,
comes
yeah,
back.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right. Okay, interesting.
So
And I like
Legacy
that.
Battle Pass.
Also, building on that concept of live event tokens being and players hosting their own events, like how you have the
Yeah.
gifting horn here, for
Right, I love
$20. What if you gave creators like Gold Raven, Helimod, myself a pack where we had a limited amount that we could spawn per week and it refreshes like every Sunday or something, and
Nice.
those spawns had a chance to have a live event coin in them,
That would
so that it
legit be
will be
nice,
completely up to the discretion of the content creators.
Well, I see. Okay, so you'd have a limited stack
Mm-hmm.
that would replenish once a week.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, and it would have a limited chance of dropping a live event coin
Yeah,
as well as
exact-
other stuff.
I
Yeah,
mean-
other things like how you have daily tasks that refresh daily. You could have that and it refreshes weekly.
Yeah,
I see.
and
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. That's
you know,
that would actually be rewarding, not just to the, in fact, more so for the community, really,
Mm.
because they love these type of events. I mean, even right now, like spawning my bird, these people are constantly saying thanks and you know.
All right, thank you,
really-
Gold
they
Raven. Thank you so
appreciate it.
much. I appreciate this, even though I'm not hitting
Yes.
the bird.
I appreciate your candy feathers. Golden candy.
I
feathers.
really appreciated that it's not dropping a travel form, man. It's been like 40 events.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, you'll
pluck
get
out
it.
your feathers soon enough if I don't get some. Thank you so much. I love you, man.
It's like the potato.
Oh, don't even start about that.
I understand.
Get a
I
weapon.
understand, Blaze.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, what did
I
Blaze say?
really do feel like
That is fine for a creator program, but we've a lot of problems in the past, so we need to make. Okay, right. That I understand too. Yeah, got to
Mhm.
be careful
Mhm.
because there are
Yeah.
people out there that don't see it
use
as
it.
that way. They see it as favoritism, or they see it as something outside of
Yeah.
that, which is not the case. Now, Artix mentioned something back when he was talking about, well, kind of similar to what you were just mentioning there, actually, about having
Mhm.
this spawnable, limited spawnable thing.
Mhm.
He was saying that what if it wasn't just exclusive to content creators? What if the community had a opportunity to
Mhm.
also spawn them, but it would cost them
Yeah.
in order to purchase it? Like, I mean, if it was
somebody
like,
can put their hours in by streaming or making videos, or somebody can put their hour, but instead of putting hours, they can put their dragon crystals up front.
right. I think they would need to have a certain amount of following in order to qualify for, this bundle, creator bundle,
Mhm.
let's just call
Yeah.
it for lack of a better word. If you would need to have a certain amount of followers, and you would need to be active a certain amount or something,
Mhm.
in
Yeah,
order
like
to qualify for
Set guidelines.
set
If
guidelines,
it's-
right?
if it's
So then that
video
way it's
footage,
not like,
I will
oh, I'm
keep
just
telling
look,
hours.
I'm on Twitch. I've got a Twitch channel. I've been streaming this game for the last 3 weeks. It's like, how many people? You got 4 followers. So what benefit is that to your followers? Like, it's more a benefit for you, not your
Yeah.
followers.
Speaking
So-
of followers, shameless plug, if you're not yet following my channel, a follow would be phenomenal. We're trying to get to
Yes.
900 and
No.
then 1000. So if you're not yet following is free.
Give a
Really
follow.
shameless. Good job, man. Flawless.
That's the way
And if you don't want to
do it.
subscribe,
Flawless.
if you don't want to subscribe for me, subscribe for the cow. Okay, this is Mr. Moo.
Meeting Gold Raven.
Mr. Moo. There.
Yes.
Gold Raven
Follow-
just doesn't drop.
Yo, thank you for the
Hey, follow-
resub, Kamar. Kamar
Well,
gets
everybody
10
follow
months.
Lag on Twitch because Gold Raven doesn't have a Twitch.
I do have Twitch, actually.
He just don't use it.
I
Yeah,
just don't use it.
I follow you on Twitch, Gold Raven. You don't follow me.
Yes, I did.
What?
Oh no.
Hey, I'm sure I must, although I'm not signed in right now, but
I'm
I'll have
kidding.
to
I'm
check
kidding.
though. I'm sure I am though. I have to be because I know I'm
But
subbed to not subbed, but I mean I'm following everybody else.
pretty much I've
Including
been. I
KO Ken.
think surprised I've been streaming this game for but I think around 2019. So I've been streaming when Nintendo was
Wow.
around. Kyle
Oh yeah,
Ken.
oh yeah, that's the other guy, Nintendo. Kyle Ken.
Nintendo
Yeah.
actually does stream once in a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
wow.
a cool shroom mover guy.
Ah, Cam.
Nice.
And
Cam in the house.
I think Kaiden plays him most, but he just haven't had time for 3D.
Okay. Oh, and then there's this new streamer. I don't know if you know of him. Lag is his name.
I'm
you
talking
know
about, I'm talking about the old dogs.
No.
From,
Wow.
I was making a joke.
Yeah, oh my gosh. It went over Kiba's head. It was just like,
It did. Oh, Ike Lesson says I miss KO Ken. When he started, he actually reminds me kind of you, like, sort of.
really?
America Ken and
You're not the
Yeah.
first person that has said that. What's it called? This has said that.
Yeah.
A couple other people have said that. I have no idea who this Kaioken guy is.
Yeah, well, so
last-
he came in, and of course, for everybody, it's difficult for anybody to start on a game fresh, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yes.
I'd watched one of his first streams that he had done, and I thought, oh, this guy's he's clean and he's well spoken and entertaining. So I was promoting him, and so we would do some collaborations together and stuff like that, which worked out really well. Unfortunately, it went to his head,
Mm-hmm.
and he started like portraying this image that suddenly he was better than everybody else.
I remember that. It's just
Yeah, and I like he wasn't a bad person. It wasn't like he was being a
No.
bad person. It was just suddenly this pride factor took a play, and it was like, uh-oh, this is not good.
Mhm.
This is what happens when people start, tasting celebrity and hearing people tell you you're awesome. And after a while of hearing people say, wow, you're so awesome, this is amazing, you're so cool. Once you hear that, you start to think, wow, I really am awesome. Huh? I really am cool. And you start to absorb that, and then you start to really think that. So
Hmm.
I think that's what happened to him. He tasted too much of that and really started to believe it. So he made I don't even remember the comment, but it was an unpleasant comment that made a lot of people go, wow, he's not at all what he was when he started. So his momentum pretty much grinded to a halt because of that. So, and I think he kind of pulled himself out of the community, because of the backlash and stuff.
I remember what happened. He was playing AdventureQuest 3D. He was doing some modeling giveaways. A few months after that, he went to Roblox. Then he went to RuneScape. Then he went to WoW. And after that, he
Nice.
just vanished.
All right, let's
Okay.
not talk about streamers who don't stream AQ3D anymore. Let's talk
Something
about
like that.
AQ3D.
He was very
Hold on. Time to
generous.
ban everyone and lay the law because Lag said no calling out other people in his stream. What are you guys doing, huh? And I'll get banned? What is this?
Like
What?
is awesome.
Okay, good. You're staying in here. Everyone else gets banned.
Go, Revin, drink your water.
It's not water. It is water. That's right. I ran out of coffee. Something
Tell me-
that is
tell me
of
you ran out of
note,
coffee.
it is 100% okay to think you are awesome. It is okay to think you are cool, but do not ever start to think you are better than anyone else. Bam, there you go.
Exactly,
Everyone's
exactly.
cool. Everyone has something special. Everyone has value. Always remember that. Very well said, Blaze.
I have a hot take.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
go on.
Okay. So, AQ3D has levels, right?
Mm-hmm.
See?
No.
Yeah.
And everything's scaled, right?
Yeah.
Not everything.
Well, true, not everything.
Most
But
things.
what if we scaled everything and removed the levels? And the way you're powerful is by your item level.
Oh, so like
Gear scores.
Elder Scrolls Online.
Yes. And Destiny 2.
No.
And Guild Wars too.
We don't speak of Destiny 2.
I like Destiny 2.
What they did when they went free to play was
All right, I think we're getting off topic, and we are nearing the 2-hour mark. We're at 1 hour and 40 minutes. And
wow.
just full disclaimer, I'm going to be uploading this to YouTube in a day or two. So
Nice.
if you have a friend that missed this rerun, feel free to
They
go
can
take a
see
look
it
at it.
on-
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
let's see.
Also,
Yeah, you're right,
sub to me on there as well, because your boy is lacking.
And here's the thing.
Sub on YouTube.
With the
Lag of Lore.
we still have one special guest in AdventureQuest 3D. The
Mhm.
question is she saying? The mermaid angel.
I'm
Is she
confused.
still in?
Yeah, she's still in the inn.
No, she is
Kidding.
not.
Yes, she
Wait,
is.
yes, she is. By the way,
What
did you know the
the
Dage
frig?
Collection 2022 is still in the game?
It is still in the game because they decided to keep
Oh.
the stage stuff.
Yeah, so I think he's like Darkon. I think those are pretty much no longer seasonal.
You're staying.
Wait,
Yeah.
Dage isn't seasonal?
No,
Not anymore.
It is. They were making a joke because on my YouTube video I said I was starting at 9 p.m. EST and I started at 8 because I made a mistake.
Yeah, he made a goof. Yeah, so
So-
back when COVID hit and everything, they extended the collections because, you know, a lot of people weren't able to play the game and a lot of
Mhm.
complications. So that was why the collections were in the game for so long. That's why the seasonal areas were in the game. They were overlapping themselves because they were in the
Christmas
game
and
for like
Halloween.
6 months and stuff because it was, you know, because of all that. Development was, of course, slow at that time. So
Mhm.
they had these other events and collections. So people had their time to play through the events to grab the collections, which
Like
is
me.
understandable. The problem is it kind of maintained
Saturated.
that thing. And it's so then when it finally started going back to normal, certain collections, or well, certain shops, I should say, like Darkon and Dage, they never changed. They just kind of stayed with
Yeah,
the COVID
Mm.
change.
it's their.
But they did get to a point sometime last year where they started removing, in a timely manner, all
Yes.
seasonal shops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And birthday
exactly.
shops
All
as
the
well.
other ones were following, you know, they went
Mm.
back to the proper flow, which was really
Mhm.
nice to see. But some like Dage and Darkon, those don't follow the flow anymore. Probably
Yeah, but-
because those are the most popular. Is
Yeah.
my bet.
Valentine's Day actually left and Lag I couldn't get his boots or something like that. Remember Lag? Valentine's Day.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
did you see
yeah.
that?
I couldn't get it, and I cried on Twitter because they didn't announce that they were taking it away, and then they brought it back, and I got my little pink suit.
Oh, nice.
Crybaby gets their stuff.
And
Rad.
Before.
That's so mean.
Winter Grass disappeared perfectly on
It
generator.
works. It
26.
works.
Yeah. And
Mr. Gold
Oh,
Raven, sir, it's almost 10 p.m. and you have things to do, and I have things to do.
Oh, yippee freaking skippy.
and I think that dragon actually is working well.
So, just to wrap things
Yeah.
up, yeah,
It is.
and my MS is 119, and I am playing on bad internet. I'm streaming on bad internet. I'm surprised you guys can hear me. Anyways,
You don't
Can't
have
hear
a
you.
robot.
yeah, so anyways, thank you guys so much. Just to quickly recap on most of the things that we touched on here tonight, we spoke about AQ3D versus AQW Unity and the whole doom and gloom. AQ3D is here to stay. There is not going to be any sort of death to AQ3D because they're focusing on Unity, because AQ3D has its own dev team. And then we spoke briefly about things that we want to see in the future for AQ3D. We spoke about design notes, patch notes. We spoke about the scaling that they have been addressing. The new scaling works on the new moon map that we can't get to right now because it's broken. We spoke about Gold Ribbon had some nice suggestions for the game in terms of progression and all of that. And then we talked about quality of life features like things with the menus and making navigating the game easier, putting text information inside the game,
Battle Pass.
and battle. Yeah, we did mention we put forward the suggestion for a properly designed battle pass that does not sell power but caters to the free-to-play community as well as the people who like to purchase collections.
And it can't be. It has to be done right. It can't be done
Yeah,
like
yeah.
pay to win or nothing like that. It has
Yeah,
to
I'm
have.
trying to-
Go on. Sorry.
I'm trying
So-
to pay $25 and skip 30 tiers.
Oh, somebody said Lag is back from quitting the game. Could somebody tell them that Lag did not quit the game? He went for surgery.
I got leg surgery.
Yeah, I went to upgrade my
I
leg
got leg surgery.
and upgraded my life. Shameless plug.
no.
If you're not yet following, please hit that follow button. Also,
that's
go sub to
why.
Gold Raven and Helimod and Mads over on YouTube. And Kiba, do you have a YouTube?
I have a YouTube and I have a Twitch. No
All right,
ads.
so go sub to them too.
This is
And if you're not yet on my Discord, please join my Discord and be part of our conversation, because we talk about things like this all the time. Mads and Ace are constantly going at it in the AQ3D channel, so feel free to come and give your opinions there.
Okay,
What?
free birds and a present.
wow. Wow, bro.
I'm so-
You did us like that in the ending. Wow,
yeah,
man.
yeah. I need to chill. I'm
Chill, yeah. Go ahead, chill, man.
yeah.
Wait,
So
wait,
if you
what-
if you want to come and talk PvP stuff with Mads, is open. If you want to come and talk about
Hey,
how do you describe
Mads.
Ace's conversation in the AQ3D chat again, Mads? I forgot the words you used. Fascinating. Yeah. So
Fascinating.
AQ3D is a good game. We love it. That's why we're here.
Exactly.
We're gonna continue putting forward our suggestions and trying to work alongside the dev team where we can to make the game something where we can all enjoy. And I do mean all. So thank you once again, Gold Raven, for being here.
My
I know
pleasure.
you have a very busy schedule. And thank you for supporting me as a smaller creator. I do appreciate it. And thank you everybody in the chat for supporting me. Any final
you're gonna
words
be
you guys
more
have?
like-
Wait, though, let me ask. Why is the PvP not back to normal? Bring
It's
back
not
the
Christmas.
lights.
It's not Christmas.
Man, shut the hell up. What the heck, you mean? Oh, man. All right. Well, see you guys. Take care. Have a good one. Upgrade PvP instead of PvE.
Wait, before we go. There was
What?
something I was supposed to say. I'm going to remember it soon. Mikal will remember it. Yes,
And you
we have a fashion show on Saturday. The theme is water-based sets. So it is at 9 p.m. EST? 9 p.m. EST at the Heroes Hangout on Red Dragon server. So come to my first fashion show. That is my promo. I don't know how to promote better. I lack brain cells and I lack caffeine. So
Good job, man.
Wow,
That's
you
why
summed it
this
up
is like-
nicely.
Flawless.
Flawless swag.
Yeah.
alright, I'll see you guys then. Thank you so much. You have the floor, guys.
Dizzle.
Oh, you want me to rub the floor with you?
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Who's spawning these presents?
You guys are the worst at saying goodbyes.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hush.
Goodbye, man.
Hello, traveler.
Alright. Ending the stream now. Thank you guys. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow
Alright,
and
take
then I'll
care.
see you on Saturday for the fashion show. Take care.
We'll never see you again. Goodbye.
Be safe. What do I say? Alright, stay
That's
safe,
my-
be happy, and meow.
How do you figure
Oh,
your
we're
outro?
Where to end this? You forgot where to end this.